Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween!
Woo! I just thought of something. Kids are probably trick-or-treating at our houses.
Oh,
We're not answering the door.
Are. No, but my husband's home, and the doorbell's ringing, and the dog is not in the crate.
Oh my God.
He said, maybe you should put Riley in a crate.
No. You say, put Riley in a crate. You don't say, maybe.
I was at the door, so I thought,
you're like,
funny.
Have fun with that.
Yeah, that's a true story.
Okay, look. Happy Halloween. I got one for Britt, but she left. Oh. Britt, your Reese's Pieces.
Oh, yummy. Thank you.
Yep.
Look, at Santo's house, big candy bars. Not fun size.
You don't get a lot of trick-or-treaters because we don't have a sidewalk, which is okay. They have more cookies. It's nice to pull people stuff out of your pocket and not dog stuff.
Rather than dog bags.
Yes. Because we're going to do a demo. Oh, okay. So today we are talking about healing. Why don't dogs heal really well and why do they pull on leash? And we have lots of reasons. You probably have some too. But ours are certainly the truth.
Right. Well,
not myth.
The number one reason is because we like them.
We like them.
Yeah, we do.
And when we see it all the time, and they have really good excuses though.
Mm-hmm.
He really had to go to the bathroom, so I let him pull me to the tree.
Right.
But the problem with that is he got a lot of relief.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Like, reward.
Right.
Is relief.
You rewarded him for pulling you to the tree.
Yeah. And I mean, unless he hasn't peed in days, I don't think they need to pull to pee. They don't have to go that bad.
No.
And if it's a puppy, you carry it.
Exactly.
We do a lot of carrying.
Yes.
A lot of it.
All the time. We say, don't if you don't have the time to walk your dog and fix it, pick him up. Now, it's hard if you have a Great Dane, but if it's a puppy, you're good.
And that's why we like to start it when they're young. We start all of this protocol early on, so we aren't fussing with it.
Right.
And then there's other people who let your dog pull, like your husband.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Husband absolutely would let them.
So the dog has different rules, and they get like optimistic.
Mm-hmm.
They say, "I'm sure this time I'm going to be allowed to pull."
Yes.
And it becomes sometimes. And what we know about dogs is that sometimes means always.
Right.
Which sucks.
Right. And it becomes a pattern because many times a student will bring in their dog that's pulling them through the room. And as soon as they get the leash, if I walk that dog, the dog realizes, oh, I can't pull Nancy because she'll fix it.
Right.
And I do. And the owner is like, what happened? What did you do? And it's not magic.
No, and we spend an hour with your dog a week when they come to class.
Right.
And they walk better for us than you. So it can be done. It's not like they don't have the ability to walk well on leash. It's just that you have to.
Just tweak a few things.
And I think the biggest thing is, have you ever taught your dog where he should be?
Absolutely. Do you know where he should be?
Yes. Do you know?
A good question.
And have you taught him? And the answer to that is probably no and no.
Yeah.
But that's what we're here for. Right. So we teach heel position when they're babies. We feel that heel position is even with your leg, left or right, and kind of at the seam of your pants. And what we do is we put a cute little platform that we make sure they can get on first and have it next to our leg, and we throw a cookie away from us, and they run and get the cookie. We say their name, and they scoot up, and they get on that platform, and we feed.
Right on the seam of our pants, and we just keep feeding them. Why would they want to be anywhere else but on the seam of our pants?
And if you put a wall next to you, then they don't do this thing, right? Because pretend Nancy's the wall. And the dog comes up.
The dog.
You be the wall.
I'm the wall, right.
And the dog comes up, and maybe they want to put their rear up, but they can't because they're nice and tight to you, so they can't get off the platform. It's right on the platform. Right. And I would stand there with a bowl of food.
Yeah,
I'd throw one kibble piece that way, and then I'd say their name, and when they came up, I'd be like, feeding.
Right.
Because it's like the vending machine. When you go to a vending machine and you put money in it and you push the button, where do you stand?
Right next to it.
And right
where the treats
front of it, right? Because that's where it feeds. And
right.
So if you think of yourself as a vending machine and you pay the best here, your dog is going to always come to that.
Exactly.
I don't go to a vending machine and go to the side and wait for my soda or whatever I get.
Right.
I don't really drink soda. No. More water bottles.
Yeah.
It's good. So become more like a vending machine, and your dog will have value. We say that word a lot. And people sometimes say, what are you talking about? What does value mean? They have value for being in a position.
Right.
I mean, it pays well.
Exactly. It pays well.
So if you were sitting in a chair and you just sat there, and that would be zero value unless you were tired. But I could make more value by giving you $100 bills over and over. So I built the value in your mind for sitting in that chair.
Right. Why would I move if you're paying me money?
Right.
I wouldn't.
Now, sometimes the dogs need a little extra, so kibble is good, but you could also do pieces of chicken.
Yes.
Or
bacon or something high value, especially if you're outside. Your dog needs something that's a little bit more exciting than kibble because they get kibble all the time.
Right.
And you want your dog to be hungry. That's the other thing.
Yeah, and you have to be, your treat has to be better than the environment.
Yes, which is hard to do with the environment.
Especially outside. So we teach this stuff inside.
Yep.
We do a lot of training inside. With my puppy, I have a lot of videos of me training her in the bathroom.
Me too. Now I do too.
Nancy does too. You're probably wondering why. Because Nancy decided to use Google Photos and she put
Big mistake.
She put in my Gmail address and password, which I still don't know how she got. And she has all my
I didn't do
pictures.
it, Kathy.
Somebody did it for her.
Right.
She's like, I have all your pictures. She's like, you must have mine. And I don't. And she was like, oh, thank God. I'm like, well, now I wonder what I'm missing. No, I don't want to know. Mine is just dogs. Okay. So anyway.
There's a lot of dogs.
Are you surprised?
Yeah.
I don't
know.
think
It's a lot of very good videos. I have a lot of your puppy videos.
Yeah, they're good. But I was in the bathroom because I knew I was more interesting than the bathroom.
Right.
Which is kind of sad in the beginning. She'll look here tonight.
No.
Oh, I just thought of something. Lauren's not here with us today.
No.
She's doing something, I guess, more fun. But I have candy for her. Lauren,
and we would have fed her
I would have
on the seam of our pants.
She would have
Sorry,
been the
Lauren.
dog. Next week, she'll be here
Yes.
when we teach plays. Ooh,
Yes.
that's a good plug.
That's
Next
one
week,
of
we're
her
teaching plays. Yeah. I want to show you love, and I think I love it mostly because I get to say the name.
Yes.
We call it the slide cookie turn game. But I don't know how this happened. We started going slide cookie turn.
Right.
And it's fun to say
Which
it that
is
way.
great because you're building value for being fun. So why would your dog want to be anywhere else but you doing your slide cookie turn?
And seriously, we laugh all the time.
Mhm.
When we train dogs, we have so much fun. It is the funnest thing ever. People tell us about, oh my God, work was terrible today. Like, I've never
Right.
said that.
No.
Work is
No.
always awesome because it's not work, it's fun. And so let me go through the mechanics of this before I grab Indy and show you how it goes. Will you be the dog?
I'm the dog.
Nancy is the dog.
I'm the
She
dog.
knew it.
Yes.
All right.
That was
So, yeah, they can see now. So I have a cookie in my right hand, and I have the leash in my right hand, and I also have the leash in my left hand.
Mhm.
So what I want to do is step one is I want to slide. And I'm sliding my hand to the collar, and my cookie hand is up. Can you see that? It's up.
Yep.
Yeah. See it. Now the reason it's up is because I'm going to present it to the dog's nose. That's the cookie part. And really I'm putting it like on the dog's nose, like look at this, especially the first few times because they don't know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So slide cookie, and then I'm going to turn.
And I would follow the cookie because it's so delicious.
Yes, it would be a lure.
Right.
I should do this for you.
Like with the candy bar.
Yeah. Okay.
But the other thing is the reason that you're sliding is it's much easier to slide down the leash than to go and grab. Because
Right.
you'll fumble. So it's very
You miss it.
smooth. Yeah, absolutely.
You go, where's the collar? Where's
Right,
the collar?
exactly. And that happens
Too
a
late.
lot.
Too late.
Right.
So slide cookie
Ooh.
turn. Okay. Now let's talk about. Obviously, we don't want you training with chocolate
No.
for your dog, right?
No.
If I have to say that, I have to. Okay. Why do we do this? Well, number one, this is a great exercise to get your dog out of trouble.
Yes.
So you see, oh no, something down the block that
Right.
you don't want him to see.
Right.
You're like, here we go, we're going around,
Right.
and we do the slide cookie turn game. At some point, we put in the cue or the command this way,
Mhm.
because we feel that you can't say that with a stressy tone of voice or an angry tone
Right.
of voice.
Right.
So we're just like, this way, so we
Right.
don't see that bad dog or whatever you don't want to see.
Right. And we don't want the dog to feel that there's a reason that they can't see. We don't want them to have fear. We just want
Right.
them to be like, oh, slide cookie turn. I'm off.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
it's something that they might be looking at that we don't want them
Right.
to look at either.
Right.
So either I see it and don't want them to see it, or they're seeing it and I'd like them to not see it.
Right.
If you don't have the gotcha game, which is where we grab their collar and we give them cookies.
Mm-hmm.
You need to practice that, because if your dog is not used to having his collar grabbed and you go slide and he says, "Oh, really?"
Right.
He
right.
may not care about your cookie if he's stressed out or agitated that you grabbed his collar. So
right.
you need that game.
Especially if there's a big giant dog coming down that would scare him. That just adds to the amount of stress that your dog is on.
Right. So we're going to call this your prerequisite. You have to have a dog who loves having his collar grabbed.
Yes.
Which we probably should do at some other point.
We should. For so many reasons.
Yeah. Maybe we'll do it next week. We'll do that in place.
Okay.
Just remind
Right.
me.
Okay. In the place.
So I am going to grab Indy, and then we are going to do slide cookie turn. So I'm going to go get him. Nancy's going to chat. I have dog cookies in my pocket, and I'll be right back.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Have a drink from a pineapple, and this week I actually have a drink in my pineapple. So basically, what she's going to demo with Indy is exactly what she just tried to demo with me, but Indy is going to do a much better turn because she's going to grab the cookie. And like we said, this is so important when you're coming up on another dog. Perhaps your dog is frightened or even wants to bark. It's even good if you're walking up and you see somebody that maybe you don't want to see. Slide cookie turn and right out you go. Okay, and here she is.
Okay, so you guys know Indy.
Hi, Indy.
He goes, "I want my cookie." So I'm gonna have him face you. Indy, set up. So
I'm so excited because it's
he loves
Halloween.
being on the live feed.
Yes, he does.
So it's slide, and then here's my cookie. It's gonna be cookie and turn, and I'm gonna turn him slowly at first.
Right.
Notice that when I do the turn, I don't do slide cookie and then whip the cookie away. The
No.
dog is like, "Where did it go?"
Right.
He's not like that because he
No,
knows where it
but
went.
a lot of dogs, you
Yeah.
want them to follow the cookie. It's a lure. So it has to be at the same speed as the dog.
And I'm gonna feed him the cookie when he immediately faces the other direction.
Right.
So there's two things. Number one, you're not gonna see that because my butt is gonna be to you, which sucks, but it's what it has to be. You're also gonna notice I have a toy stuffed in the back of my pants. That's how I can show you how to do this with dogs who are not so into
Food motivated. Yeah.
Okay. So, which I was walking the shop with.
Yeah.
Nobody said anything. Thank you. If you saw me and didn't mention it. Good.
I noticed too how engaged Indy is with Kathy already because he knows something fabulous is going to
He
happen.
says,
Oh my goodness!
sit. He says, "Please make something fabulous happen."
Yes.
Before you start with your dog, you could do this with your leash and no dog, just so you get your feet
Yes.
right. It's really important
Yeah.
to press without the dog because you don't know it and he doesn't know it, and then it gets all.
Right. And it's very simple. It seems complicated, but it's not once you do it a couple times.
So here we are. We're walking. I'm gonna take one step. Slide, cookie, turn, and here I'm feeding him right
Right.
there. Okay.
Beautiful.
Okay. I'm gonna do it in a little. Now this is not your next step. I'm just progressing for you. You'd stay at that not moving step for a while.
Right.
So we're gonna walk, slide, cookie, turn. Now you can see if you had a dog who did not love having his collar grabbed, the speed of the grab that's occurring could spook the dog.
Right.
Right. So set up.
Good boy.
So we're walking. Good. Slide, cookie, turn. And I do it fast because look, you're going to be in a situation where you need to get out of really, really fast. So you cannot afford to have your dog be like, slide. I want to get in and get out.
Right.
I would do one more. Now this time I'm going to feed him farther down. I'm going to turn around and delay the feeding. Eventually I'm not going to feed him as soon as we turn around. I'm going to feed him down the line a bit.
Right.
Indy left. Okay, let's go. Slide, cookie turn.
Right. And you can see where she fed him. And you want the reward to come after he makes the turn so that he continues to follow that cookie.
Now you can do it with a toy too. So you need really good impulse control because
Oh, there we go. Indy, you're going to get in
Seriously.
trouble. There we go. That's better.
he did the before done.
Yes,
Set up.
exactly.
So you're walking. Slide my arm with the cookie or toy goes up.
Mm-hmm.
Cookie. Lure him around. Get it. So with that, you have to give them a get it, right?
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
not as easy as food.
No.
I think I'd rather do food on this, but the dog who loves
Right. And some dogs, when they're outside, they tend to be a little bit more nervous, and sometimes they don't want to eat. So then you would need to use something else that's high value to get them to move. And the other thing is, as she's turning, you notice she could be dog to the dog coming in front of her. So if she didn't have that cookie, the dog could easily turn and look at exactly what we don't want them to see. So that's why you need that really high value reward to get them to turn with you.
Right, and it's a fun game. I mean, I like to play. I like to play it. He likes to play it. He's rolling the leaves when we play it.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, we're gonna make him a big leaf pile.
Yeah.
Okay.
Such a good boy. Oh my gosh. He thinks he's a movie star.
He does. He knows he is.
Yes.
Okay, so we can also, with that, do a little run component to it. Slide, cookie, turn, and run.
Yes.
And get them all excited, because I really want them driving around that turn. I don't want them to get stuck in it. And that's why I would continue feeding it farther and farther from the actual turn.
And for a dog like Indy, that's so much fun.
Yeah.
That is beats anything that's coming down the road.
Maybe not the red toy.
No.
Indy, get it. All right, so that is our slide cookie turn game. I just heard some dogs as I was demoing. I heard some dogs going with their owners trick-or-treating. We told you not to take your dogs trick-or-treating. We don't love that. We think it's a little bit of a crazy environment.
No.
So
But now they know slide cookie turn, so maybe that will help when a goblin or something scary is coming down the road.
except they're not watching this if they're trick-or-treating. You're going to watch it. It'll be good for next year.
Right. Or we'll talk to you later.
All right. So anyway, that's the scoop. We will see you next week. We're going to do plays. And don't forget to remind me about the collar grab. I had to stand up to turn this off this time because we had a little technical glitch called.
And I didn't. No, I do it.
We'll see you next week. And in the comment section below will be our link to the blog. Also, I can't believe I didn't say this. Oh my God. If you're a current student, the online course.
Yes.
It's launching to the world November 17th. But if you're a current student at the school, oh my gosh, it's awesome. We'll put something in the comment section below so you can get information about it. But oh my gosh, how did I forget that?
I don't know.
I've been working on it
so much. Yeah, but it's fabulous. So really check it out. It's
videos. It's all the things that you do in class, and you can't remember what we said and how it looked. We put it in video form, in MP3s and transcripts, and we have a super cool closed Facebook group, which I'm going to go to after these lives and do extra cool stuff. Yeah. So anyway, if you want information, it'll be in the comment section below, and we will see you guys next week. Thanks for joining us.
Bye. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Andy says happy Halloween too.